guys, I'm going to review the film Lake Mungo. It's a 2008 Australian film, and it's a horror slash found footage slash mockumentary type film. And I saw this when it was released in the United States as part of the After Dark Horror Fest that they used to have for a few years. I've seen every film that was presented in the After Dark horror line, and now I think in 2011 they switched to After Dark Originals, where they just make films and there's not like a festival, because they used to release 8 films a year under the After Dark Horror Fest label, but now they just do original films. But I saw this when it was released originally in the After Dark Horror Fest, and yeah. So the plot focuses on a family, the Palmers. The mother, June, the father, Russell, their son, Matthew, and their daughter, Alice. And their daughter, Alice, drowns when they are swimming at a dam. And they find she disappears, and they find her body, I think, a few days later. And after a little while after this has happened, strange things start to happen around the house. So they set up like cameras to catch things, and also this whole time they're talking about Alice and all these other things that are going on to a camera crew. And Alice starts to appear in pictures after her death, and just all these weird things. And the more and more the family tries to get to the bottom of what's happening, they discover strange things and kind of discover Alice wasn't exactly who they thought she was. Just a lot of secrets pop up and just different things. But this was probably, because like I said, I've seen all the After Dark Horror Fest films, probably one of the best ones, because usually out of the 8 films they would release, I would only like about 2 of them, 2 or 3, but this was one of the best ones, in my opinion, in the After Dark Horror Fest line. And like I said, I haven't seen many Australian films, but the few I've seen have been really good. This one, Babadook, and I think it's called The Loved Ones or something. I have to remember. But the few I've seen, I've really enjoyed. But this film, I liked the horror aspect, because it's kind of that supernatural aspect where it's not like you're seeing things when you're watching it, but through footage, and the footage they capture, and through photographs. And then at the end, there are things that you see, and it's just the tension and atmosphere is what really makes this film. And just, it's really believable. That's what I really liked, is when you watch it, just because the actors weren't actors I was familiar with, and their acting was so natural, like they were really a family that was being interviewed, and it wasn't actors that you've seen, so it kind of takes you out of the film, like trying to make it look realistic or be realistic. So it just, that part of it made it even better, that it was just, it felt like a real family, just like a normal family going through something supernatural, something strange, but also them struggling with their grief and just the family dynamics. That's another thing that I thought was interesting too, was beside the horror aspect of it, which was in the supernatural elements, it focused on this family and what they were going through, and also brought up the kind of idea with Alice especially. I'm not going to, say too much about it, because you need to watch the film. It's really good, but just that you never really know a person. It could be somebody that you're extremely close to, even a family member or a best friend, and you don't ever really know someone. And those kind of little things that came up in the film, I just thought made it even more interesting to me. So as a horror film, a supernatural film, as a found footage film, I just thought it worked on all levels. I really enjoyed it. I watched it at like 4 in the morning, so there was a scene that's close to the end that did make me jump. Although there's not like lots of jumpy scenes in the film, the last one kind of did. Because whenever you watch something really, if you're really sleep deprived, everything's either funnier or scarier. So, but yeah, Lake Mungo, I really liked this film. I gave it an 8 out of 10. And I recommend it. So that was my review of Lake Mungo, and as always, thank you so much for watching.